Yes, this is raw meat, and we want to use it tomorrow. And the only thing which we must make sure that we observe is hygiene. All raw meat we must use red chopping board, and the place where the working surface must be always be very clean. When handling beef, we use a deboning knife. We want to remove these joints. We unlock the bone. This bone, you can only unlock it with a deboning knife. So I've used the knife, this deboning knife, to unlock this joint so that I can get a smaller portion when cutting with a bandsaw. Again, according to the safety or handling regulations, you must always make sure that you wear the right PPE when handling the raw meat. From this point, we will boil the meat as per the standard of this organization. Then later, we will cut it using a bandsaw. We will also make sure that the bones we will use to make stock for future use. Thank you. And we make sure put it on a running water to wash it. We will wash it. Drain all the water. Put more water. At this point, I will boil it for around 1 hour. Then put it with beef. I will put the beef on in our freezer for 2 days. Then it will give me an easy time of cutting using. After this point, after we are boiled, I will use this machine. I will use this machine, the bandsaw, in cutting it. And there are around 6 chopping boards where we have the blue for cutting clean vegetable and fruits. So we are going to use this one for our skills because it's for vegetable. One, when you want to cut, we have different cuttings in the kitchen, and in the kitchen there is no waste. All the trimmings, there is no waste in the kitchen. This is the basic cutting skills. Okay, done. So we want to get what we call the fine brunaise. This is the fine brunaise. When cutting, you'll find it's around 5 milliliters, or you can just work with half inches. So we want to start with fine brunaise. Fine brunaise. Cut this one. 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 Then you cut this. We want the brunoise, the fine brunoise. the fine brownize. This is where we get the fine brownize. This is what we call the fine brownize. It is a half inch. It is no 1/6, okay, 1/6 inch brownize. So this is what we call the brownize. The brownize fine. So we want also to cut the brownize itself. So those are the fine. You take the same carrot as we have said, waste. Brownize is a bit. This is fine. Brownize is a bit larger in size. So we are cutting the brownize. The brownize. Okay, this is now brownize. As you see now, they're a bit larger than the fine one. So this is a bit bigger in size. So you can see now they're a bit bigger in size. So this is almost, now we say it is a half inch. That was 1/16 inch. This is now a quarter. This is now 1/8. This is 1/8. This is 1/16 each. What we call we call this one the brownize itself. Brownize itself is 8, fine is 16. So let us just go to the diced. The diced is what we call a quarter. So the diced. So we want to have the diced. The diced is a quarter. So you can see the difference. Here is a bit bigger in size, but not bigger. Because this one we have said is 8 inch, 16 inch. This is now what we call a quarter inch. Okay? So let us just have the diced. The diced one. You see, this is what we call the diced. A bit bigger compared to the brownize itself. Okay? This is done. As a chef, make sure that your working surface is always clean. Always clean. So we have now 3. 16th, 1/16 inch, 1/8 inch. This is a quarter inch. So let us just go to a medium diced. Medium diced is a bit bigger. Okay? This is a half. So we go for a half. As I have said, Harry. Okay? You do, there's nothing waste in the kitchen. You must make sure that work is okay. 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 Done. So this is what we call. Now we want to get. We have said we want what? We want the medium diced. Medium diced. So we have 3. So now we want to go, we have diced, smaller diced. Now we want to go to the medium diced. So this is what we call medium diced. Okay, medium diced. You see, medium diced is a half. Okay, medium diced is a half. This is quarter. This is a half. You can easily see the difference in inches. In inches. In inches. Okay, you can see in inches. You see, have a good reflection. Quarter, half. Okay. After the half, we want to go to the larger diced. We have the larger diced. We want to go to the larger diced. So the larger diced, we have, for example, you get with the camera. Yeah? The larger diced is 3/4. The larger diced are 3/4. Okay. You see, this is the larger diced. So this is what we called a larger diced. In some cases, you find that these vegetables can be used differently. You can use this one as a garnish. You can use this one in cooking. Maybe you want to cook vegetable rice and so on. So we have gone through we have something which we call the brown rice fine. We have the brown rice itself. Then we go to the medium brown rice. We have also the diced, we have the large diced, and so on. So we want to now focus about the julienne. Julienne is also another cut which helps us in cooking. Mostly it can be used also in making salads. So, but we want to focus on how to cut. We don't want to focus on how their uses. So let's just focus about the cut itself. Okay. As I've said earlier, in the kitchen there's no waste. All this one we'll use maybe in making our stocks later, but that one also is another topic of itself. So let us just work on this. We want to get to the fine julienne, okay? This is we will use, it's not a waste. Then let us just now go to the julienne, fine julienne. We have what we call fine julienne. Okay, fine julienne, we must make sure that it is fine because it's used to make salads. Okay? Making salads. This is what we call julienne. Julienne. Fine. Fine julienne. As a chef also you must know how to handle the knife. The knife must be moving away from it. Good? So this is what we call the julienne, fine. Then we make the julienne itself. So we have so this is what we call the fine julienne. Look at this. You make your salads, it becomes wow. Julienne. The second stage when you're making julienne, this is julienne. This is the fine julienne, which is 1/16 inch. Then we go to the julienne itself, which is 1/8. Okay, 1/8. So we want to make another julienne. This is fine. So I want to make another rough julienne. Matu will see this later. You know, I really want to know more about cooking, but that's not a problem. Yes. Then we want to what we call julienne. we now want to make julienne. You can see the difference without even explaining. This is fine, okay? But this is a bit bigger in size. You see? You can see this is now the julienne. This is also julienne, okay? This is fine. This is the sizes differ. This is what we call 8 inches. This is 1/16 inches. So let us just try to make buttonet. What are these buttonets? Buttonets are a bit longer in size. So let's just go for the buttonets. Done. You see? Cooking is a fun. Everything you do it is a fun. Cooking is a fun. Look at this. Good. So we want to go to the buttonet, okay? Where we say that we have buttonet, smaller buttonet, large, and up to the biggest one, the bigger one. Okay. Let us do this. Okay, let's start. Buttonet. You see, this is what we call buttonet. Okay, the buttonet itself is what we call a half, no, a quarter. We put it. This is buttonet, smaller buttonet. Okay, so under the small buttonet we have the buttonet itself. Now we go to the larger buttonet. This is quarter. Now we want to go to the a half. A half, when making a half buttonet, is a bit bigger in size. Bigger in size. Bigger in size. Bigger in size. This is what we call a what? Another large buttonet. They are not the same in size. Okay? Smaller, a bit bigger. Then we have, this is what we call buttonet. This is what we call a quarter. Then we have a half. Then we have 3/4. It's a bit bigger. So let's just do that one again. We see this. This one can be used as a vegetable. Okay? It can be used maybe when cooking stroganoff. Okay? 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 You see this? This is. Now we work with the larger, the bigger. So this is the bigger size. This is what we call the larger buttonets, okay? Which is almost 3/4, 3/4 inch. So in cookery, we must know all types of cuttings in terms of their uses. Also, you must know how to handle the knife skin. And these ones are not to waste. We'll use them in a very special way. In our kitchen, we have different types of also knives. Have I said that the kitchen must always be very, very clean. Our kitchen must be very, very. Our kitchen is clean. Look at the sinks, at the working surfaces. Everything is aligned to. It is, you can see our. So I was taking through the cutting techniques how to handle knife. I'm Chef Ocean Lameck, and have a blessed day. That's not good.